And we are back for 2023. This is Weekend Winners, proudly brought to you by 1Equine. And we are going to focus on Albion Park, the Saturday night Metro card. We've got 9 this Saturday night, the first of the new year. We start at 5:16. Tab have come to the party as well. A quaddie jackpot of $10,000. So that pool is going to build quite nicely. All in all, it looks a really good card of racing. And I'm about to catch up with Leonard, Cain and Lachie Manzelmann. Leonard Cain jumps in the hot seat to go through his book of drives for Saturday night, the first of 2023 at headquarters, and we're back and rolling with Weekend Winners. Leonard, appreciate the time. Happy New Year.
No worries at all, Chris. Same to you.
A nice book of drives on Saturday night, I suppose with the caveat that a lot of them are badly drawn.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, like you say, driving a lot of nice horses, but draws aren't really on my side there Saturday at all.
Well, let's hope that changes quickly for 2023. Going through them, race 1, number 7, Make Mine Memphis. The big fella's racing in super form, but he's got to overcome gate 7, so it's not going to be easy.
Yeah, that's right, Chris. You know, like you say, he's racing super, but the 7 gate over 2100 and a nice field of horses isn't ideal at all. So he's going to need a lot to go his way for him to sort of run into the money, I think.
One positive, maybe, with the draw, the fact that it is 2,138 metres, does that give you a little bit of a hope that you can get into the race at some point?
Yeah, I think so, yeah. Like, you know, it definitely gives us more chance than the mile. You got a little bit more time to work things out and, you know, sort of just have to drive it how we see it and hope for a lot of luck, I think, there.
Okay, a couple of horses that I want to ask about in this race on Saturday night. Tommy Lincoln drawn to your immediate inside, Northview Hustler, who's got to overcome the outside of the second row. Which one are you more worried about out of that pair?
Probably Northview Hustler, you know, he's a class horse. Well, they both are, but, you know, he's flying at the moment, Northview Hustler, so I'd have to say him. Okay, but with a little bit of luck, he shouldn't be too far away, as per normal, to Make Mine Memphis. Yeah, for sure, yeah. He just needs a little bit of luck on his side, and he'll be right thereabouts, I think. Just the draw that's a killer.
Right. Race 2, Wahakan Dream, you know this mare really well. Last start, she should have won. She just had no luck. Everything that could go wrong in running did go wrong. She hit the line strongly to get as close as what she did. It was a super effort.
Oh, for sure, yeah. No, like you say, I was absolutely thrilled with last start. She was in a nice bunch of mares. You know, so that was a great run and definitely promising leading into this week.
Drawn the inside of the second row, you follow out a last start winner and a horse that's got good gate speed, Lyrical Genius. So are you hoping it could be leader behind leader scenario here?
I'm hoping so, Chris. Yeah, you know, I think that gives us a great chance if it was to work out that way. Lyrical Genius was great last week over the 2100, so hopefully he can lead up again, and I think that puts us right into the race.
Okay, a couple of others in this race that are going to have a strong say. Captain Nemo, Bonnie Prince Louis, Some Moment Somewhere, all ran cracking races last time out.
Absolutely, you know, it's, yeah, those horses you just mentioned are all great horses that are all in great form. So it's definitely, you know, a very even race between those few, and I think it's not going to be easy, that's for sure. We just got to hope for the right trip and be right thereabouts at the finish.
It's only a matter of time before she picks up one of these races, isn't it?
Yeah, that's right. You know, she's going well. So yeah, we just got to hope, and the draw looks promising this week. So with the right trip, I think she can do it.
Well, fingers crossed. Race number 3, Swaggy Shannon. You've picked up the drive on this guy in the veterans. Nice trailing draw here, 2 off the second row. How do you read it?
Yeah, like Swaggy Shannon, he's flying. He just hasn't had, you know, great trips of late, and things haven't really been working out in his favour too much. He's been having to do all the bullying a little bit, and hasn't really been working out for him. So I think if we were to get the right sort of trip here, he'd definitely be into it. He just obviously he needs that change of luck for sure. Surely this front line's going to generate early tempo, which is going to help you. Definitely, yeah. You know, it looks that way, and that's what we're going to sort of be hoping for. So if it's a strong run race, I think he'll be right there for sure. Okay, well, that's Swaggy Shannon, race number 3. Let's go across to race 5. Here's another ordinary draw for you that you've got to navigate your way through. Tungsten Terror, gate 7 over the mile. It's never ideal. No, definitely not. You know, it's a poor draw, and he was a little disappointing last time out too. So he's going to need a ton of luck, I think. there on Saturday night, and might just be sort of shortcuts scenario and hope for the best, I think.
Okay, race 6, you've got a pretty handy draw here with the General, who's got to run from gate number 3. Animato probably looks the horse to beat, who's drawn to your inside, but how do you rate the General's chances?
I think he's racing well enough, and he's a horse that probably doesn't possess a whole lot of high speed, so hopefully if there's a bit of tempo, which looks like there should be, he's a strong type of a horse, so hopefully, like I say, with a bit of tempo and the right sort of trip, I think he'll finish on strongly. He'll be thereabouts for sure.
Both of those horses drawn to your inside. They're on Saturday night. Have good claims, both Beach Magic and Animato. Are they the hardest to beat?
I think so for sure. Yeah. Obviously they're both class runners and they've both got the draws on us. So I think it's gonna, they're gonna be the two to run down for sure.
All right. And just looking at that replay there of the General from Tuesday, he got a little keen early in that race. So is he likely to settle for you there on Saturday night?
Hopefully, from the gate we can sort of let his head go a little bit at the start and just keep him happy. I have got a bit of experience on the horse. I drove him a little bit for Belinda McCarthy a while back, so I do know a little bit about him, and hopefully if I can sort of be as kind as I can be on him, he'll be kind to me too.
All right, excellent. Race 7, here's another tough draw. Gate 7 over the mile, Eva Mateo, a mare that's very capable, but it just doesn't look like it's going to be her night because of the draw there on Saturday night.
That's right, yeah. Even Mateo, she's flying, as you've alluded to, but the draw looks, it's terrible really, so she's going to need a lot of luck, and hopefully if we can sort of get a few gaps and, take a few shortcuts, I think she'll be right thereabouts again. Her last start was super, she really attacked the line quite hard, so I think a replay of that run, I think she'll be right thereabouts for sure.
Okay, so just go back at the start and punch through along the inside, take the shortcuts.
I think so, yeah. I think that looks our best hope.
Okay, she's another one though that she's going to win one of those mares races. It's just a matter of when.
For sure, yeah. She just needs a draw and the right kind of trip, and she's good enough to make her own sort of luck. So probably more comes down the draws and being close enough, and she's definitely good enough. So. She's definitely one to follow.
Okay, final drive for you on Saturday night, race 8. Horse 1, she's a pocket of rocket. You finally landed a gate, and it's in the last drive for you on Saturday night. Can she make full use of this draw?
I think so. Used her a little bit, probably a little bit too hard out the gate last week. Just with the good draw, you got to hope to hold up as close as you can, but probably just took a bit of sting out of her, and she wearied a little bit over the later stages, but I think if we can sort of get a handy trip, which it looks like we should from the draw, she's definitely going well enough to stake claims for sure.
Okay, couple of runners there off the front row will look early. Tingerfear, Goal Kicker, and She's Notorious. They can all fly the gate.
That's right, yeah. So whoever the first one is that's going to be holding, we'll be taking a sit on. So hopefully she'll run a nice race again this week.
Okay, like I said, some good drives there, but tempered with some really bad draws. Which one are you most looking forward to?
Probably Wahakan Dream, just from the draw and the way she's going. I think, if we can get the right sort of trip, she's probably my best hope on paper.
Okay, race 2, number 8, Wahakan Dream. Leonard, as always, appreciate the time. We'll see you trackside.
Perfect. Thank you very much.
Lachie Manzelmann joins us now to go through his book of drives for Saturday night, and he joins us now. Lachie, appreciate the time.
No worries, thanks for having me.
Happy New Year, and congratulations, your first thoroughbred winner last week as a trainer.
Yeah, it was good, thank you.
Excellent. All right, well, let's focus on your drives here. Saturday night, race 1, number 8, Deus Ex. He's one of the class runners of this field, but it looks a sticky gate, the inside of the second row.
Yeah, it is going to be a sticky draw with Carla Jane there in front of us. I think this is sort of her first step up into this class. She's going well, but I don't think she'll be pushing to hold the front, so that'll make it tricky. So how do you plan on sort of driving this this race in the first, say, 400 metres? I think we sort of just got to take it as it comes. Being over 2100, it isn't ideal for Deus Ex anyway, but yeah, we'll just take it as it comes. All right, the 3 runs back so far, how have you graded them? Yeah, really well. I think he's been getting better each start. Obviously, he looked a little bit under his best when Black Sedance came out on top in that race. He got left exposed when they did all the hard work in the middle, and that brought him undone. But other than that, they've been super. Okay, this is an interesting mix, this race on Saturday night. Class runners are Tommy Lincoln, yourself Deus Ex, and Northview Hustler.
There's a few others there that are likely to put their hand up. So who looms as the hardest to beat here?
Yeah, it's sort of one of those races. I think it's just going to be who gets the best trip and who gets the right run. I think anyone can win it, to be honest.
Okay, so we're waiting for a front row draw and possibly a drop back to the mile. That's when we'll see the best of Deus Ex?
Yeah, definitely. Front row over a mile and he'll show us his back.
All right, that's race 1, number 8, Deus Ex. Let's move across to race 3. This guy's been super since finding his way to Jack's stable. Better Jiggle. And you've got a really good rapport with this guy. This is a race that he can take.
Yeah, it's first step up into this sort of grade. Being the new year, he's old enough now and taking on the veterans. I think he'll do well.
Okay. In saying that, is it harder or weaker, the grade that he's been racing compared to what he faces here on Saturday night?
I don't really think it's actually any different. We sort of just went here being as though he could get in without a claim and I could drive him myself, so that's why he's here. But yeah, I think it's sort of the same as what it has been.
Okay, how do you play it at the start here with Better Jiggle?
He's one that he lets you know what he wants to do. If he wants to get out and go forward, he's got gate speed on his day, so I'll just leave it up to him and go how he wants to go.
On the way he performed last start, is that good enough to win this race in your opinion?
Definitely. His last run was super and he sort of never puts a foot wrong, but last week was probably his best run this time in. So, yeah, I was really happy.
He's handy and he's versatile. He can do some work, he can follow a good speed, he can reel off brilliant sectionals himself.
Yeah, definitely. He sort of does it all himself. We just got to put him in the right spot.
Okay, race 4 on Saturday night. Delightful Reason on face value. Probably a little disappointing last time out, but you know this mare well. Is she capable of bouncing back?
Yeah, I think so. I got the choice between Mr. Taylor and her and opted for her. I haven't driven her since she won the Queen of the Creek, but compared to that race, this race is no harder. Last week wasn't ideal. She's not the toughest mare, and coming first horse 3 wide didn't really suit her, so I think she'll bounce back.
If you want to, she could lead this field easily, couldn't she?
I think so. I think that'll be the plan, but we're just got to see what everyone else does. Obviously, we don't want to burn her out, but I think she'll cross them quite comfortably.
Okay, she'll prove hard to catch. If she repeats what she did when she won that mare's feature, she'll prove very hard to beat here.
Yeah, I hope so.
Okay, let's go across to race 6. Roll Your R's as your drive here for Jack Butler. Had a wheel issue last week. Efforts prior were really good, so he's in the mix here.
Yeah, I've never driven him before, but he hasn't sort of put a foot wrong since coming up here, and I think he's racing really well.
Does the draw look a little tricky given what's drawn to your inside? Beach Magic, Animado, the General, Woodley, Diego, they're all capable of getting off the gate, so does that make it tough?
Yeah, it definitely does, but in saying that, he hasn't really shown a whole lot of gate speed, so probably wasn't the plan to go forward anyway, so it doesn't really change much.
So you're just hoping for a genuine tempo?
Yeah, we'll just be sliding into wherever we can get. As close as we can will be good, but as long as the speed's on, we'll be finishing off.
All right. Race number 7, another race for the mares. Did you have the choice here between Better Romance and Mariana Bromack?
Yeah, I did. I went with Mariana Bromack. I've never driven her before and always wanted to have a crack at her, so while Chloe's away, I thought I might have a go.
Okay, now you've given yourself a task here. Outside of the second row over the mile, it's not going to be easy.
No, definitely not. I think both draws were very sticky for both horses, so we'll just be driving for luck.
Looking for positives with Mariana Bromack, she's a better chaser, isn't she, compared to being in front?
Yeah, definitely, and she has got to turn a foot when she can do it her own way, so if she can be close enough without doing much work, she'll be finishing off well.
All right, and the last on Saturday night for the trot, mobile start here, and we're over 2,138 metres. Every second counts as your drive. It was given a good chance last time out, didn't sort of play out. A newcomer for Richard Hutchison. How do you sort of see its chances?
Yeah, I think I drove it first up for Richard, and it went really well. I was really happy with it. It sort of just takes a little bit to balance up, and when you ask it to get moving late, it sort of takes a while to wind up, and it doesn't trot the bends that great, but it finished off really well, so we'll be looking to do that again.
Is the mobile start more beneficial compared to the stand start?
Yeah, definitely. When I drove it from the stand, it sort of just took a while to reach its stride and get trotting. Like, it stepped away fine, but it just wasn't quick, so he sort of lost all advantage from the stand. So being off a mobile and starting with them, it'll definitely help.
Okay, I'm interested to see what you label as your best drive here on Saturday night. So which is it?
Better Jiggle.
Better Jiggle coming up in race 3. That's number 5. Hey, Lachie, as always, appreciate the time. We'll see you trackside.
No worries. Thank you.
As always, a big thanks to both Leonard, Cain and Lachie Manzelmann giving up their time and insights ahead of Saturday night's card. Repeating 9 in total. We start at 5.16. There is a quaddie jackpot. That pool is projected to reach $50,000. If you're looking for a good gamble, I think we strike early. Race 2, number 11, Some Moment Somewhere. He was awesome last start in the Redcliffe Christmas Cup behind Manila Playboy. I know he's got to overcome a second row draw, but he's got class. He's a proven feature race winner, and this looks well within his reach. Race 2, number 11, Some Moment Somewhere. Whatever we get out of him, we can play up with the quaddie a little bit later on that same card of racing. We'll see you trackside at Albion Park on Saturday night, the first of 9 at 5.16.